What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I am an addict, and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And I am currently tapering on a dose of Suboxone. I'm currently down to 2 milligrams. And here on my channel, I like to share stories from my past, stories from my present, and I like to find people who are struggling with addiction. I like to help them find recovery. So if that's something that you think that you're interested in, come and hang out with me. Tonight we're going to be on for about an hour and a half, and we're going to be talking about all things addiction recovery. For any of you guys that want to come in, hey Deidre, for any of you guys that want to join the stream, I just put a link in the chat that will bring you here to on the stream with me. So if you want to come up here and share, you're more than welcome to share. Also, I will drop the link for our Patreon in the chat for anybody that wants to join there. Yeah, so how is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day. I feel a little bit better than I felt yesterday. I honestly, you guys, I have just chilled today, and I just got up and put on some makeup and came here to talk with you guys because I was just not feeling good yesterday. My neck's still real bad messed up, but we are going to keep on moving and not worry about that. I mean, you know, all I can do is like give it time and let it work itself out. It's like a kind of kink or something in it. Hopefully it'll get better with time. We be recovering on weekends too. Staten is my island. You already know. You already know, baby. Yeah? Nate, I'm on a video. Yes, I will. Hey, Sam, what's up? So, since we didn't get to recover yesterday because me and Nate it was the Nate and Nicole show yesterday, I thought what we could do today is we could talk about will. Where there's a will, there's a way. So, if you guys didn't know, I uploaded 2 videos this week. One was about meth and one was about opiates, okay? I uploaded 2 videos about my experience. And the reason why I did that is because I feel like there's a lot of new people to my channel. And I have so many videos on my channel that what I'm trying to do now, you guys, is I'm trying to make videos and put them in playlists so that way you guys will be able to find them if you want to reference them. So now I have a whole playlist with all the different drugs I've done. I have a whole playlist with stories from all the times I've relapsed. I have a playlist of support group meetings that we do. I have a playlist of all my prison story times from when I got locked up. I have just a bunch of stuff because I wanted to organize it so it's easier for you guys to find it. But I had made a video and somebody had commented and said, well, Nicole, if you were high all the time, how did you make money to get drugs? You know, and I was like, you know what, honey, I made a way. And you know what, you guys? Hey, what's up, Jeff? When you're getting high, you will make a way. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. I wanted to talk about what's up. I see you. I see you. Hey, Rhino. I wanted to talk about, you guys, how in our addiction, we'll make a way to get high. We will find a way. I mean, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to get high. I would go to any lengths to get my dope. I would do whatever I had to do to get high. So, are you going to put that same energy into getting sober? Are you going to put that same energy into helping other people? Are you going to put that same energy into, you know, doing the right thing? And that's what I see. I know for me that many times I failed at my sobriety attempts because I wasn't willing to put in the work. I wasn't willing to do I wasn't willing to put in the effort. Okay? And I'm somebody, you guys, who was raised up that you have to work to get what you want. Nothing in life is free. I've always had a job. I worked through my whole addiction, and you guys will see that the video I'm uploading right now, it's literally like getting done. It's uploading. It talked all about my addiction and what I did to get drugs. And so one thing that I was always taught is that, hey, what's up, Hannah? You have to work if you want to have money. Um, and so I've always worked. I've never been somebody who just didn't do anything. I've never been a lazy person. I've never been a person who wasn't willing to go the extra mile. And I work my ass off on my YouTube channel, and I work my ass off at my job that I do from my house, like, because it's important to me, because I want to do good. I want to be successful, and I've always had that drive. But when I was in my addiction, that drive was to get high. It wasn't to be successful. It was to be successful getting high, right? How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you didn't care about getting fucking a job. That the job was so you could get high. That's why I had so many great jobs, because I would work them, because what they were doing was I was getting loaded, and that me getting loaded is what was keeping me moving. It was like, and then what happened was eventually getting high, it started prohibiting me from being able to work, because the disease of addiction is progressive. Okay. The disease of addiction you start out at the beginning, and it's like, maybe you can get high and go to work and nobody notices, right? And this is what I need some people to understand, because I know a lot of you guys might still be getting high, and you might think that you're a functioning alcoholic or you're a functioning drug addict. I was a functioning addict too. I was a functioning addict from 2000 and the year 2000 till about 2009. So the first 9 years of my sobriety, I was getting high and working a job straight steady. Okay. Um, and now don't get me wrong. I was experiencing bumps in the road because I was getting high, but I was working. Okay. And so the disease progresses as you move forward. Okay. So as I moved forward in my life, as I grew, as I got older, as I got more high, as I started getting on different drugs, as I started utilizing those drugs in different ways, drinking, snorting, smoking, shooting, as I moved up that chain of addiction, and don't get me wrong, the severity of it, because here's the thing. I don't know any dope heads that can shoot dope and work a job. If they can, then my hat's off to them. But I feel like once you get to that point where you're shooting, it's really hard, you guys. I was cleaning like crazy. You already know. When you're shooting, you guys, it's real hard to maintain. At least it was for me. Okay. And even when I was shooting methamphetamine, I would shoot methamphetamine, and I would shoot so much that I would start hallucinating, and I would go for so many days without sleep that it was like it was bad, you guys. It was bad. And so that's what I'm talking about, that progression of the addiction. It just kept getting worse. And so by the time I was in my addiction for 12 years, I was losing my mind. And that's how I lost my jobs. It wasn't because I wasn't a good worker. It wasn't because I wasn't showing up, because I would show up. I'd show up high as hell. And that's what happened. I would show up to my jobs. I'd be working my ass off, but I would be so high. And so, but my will was to get dope. So I had that will in me. I was willing to do what it took to get high. I was willing to go into my job, skeetered out as a motherfucker, seeing people that weren't there. Okay. scrubbing a spot for fucking 20 minutes that was clean already 10 minutes ago. And that was that. I had the will. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about, do you got the will to stay sober? Are you willing to do what it takes to get to where you need to go? Right? Multifarious TV. Every job that I ever got while high, I got promoted. Now, like I was saying, as the progression of my addiction got worse, I would start out and I could handle it. I would be at my job, I would get promoted. Even my job, the last job I had before before I gave birth to my son in 2014, because I got sober in 2015. Even the job that I had before I gave birth to my son, I was promoted at that job. I was dependable. I showed up when I said I was going to show up. I worked when I said I was going to work. Yeah, I was high though. Okay. Now, did my work struggle? Did I have, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was good enough for me to get raises and good enough for me to get promotions. So that's what I'm saying, you guys. I've always been a good worker, even when I was getting high. Hey, JB, what's up, man? I'm so glad you commented. Oh, I know you weren't saying it to be mean, but I'm telling you, like, even when I was getting high, I was still getting promoted. So do you see how, like, maybe in my mind, because I was high and I was getting promoted, you guys, it was like this kind of like mixed message that I could handle it and that I wasn't doing so bad because I was assistant manager, or I was the floor supervisor, or I was the head waitress or head bartender. Like, these are things that would happen. I would get these promotions and I would get these new responsibilities, and in my mind I thought, well, I guess I'm not as bad as everybody thinks I am, or my mom and dad must be tripping because I mean, I'm doing fine. You know what I mean? And that's where it like messes up, like the way I thought was, wow, damn, like I'm okay. I'm not doing that bad because I'm still able to have a job. I'm still getting, raises. I'm still getting money, right? And so it was just like that happened over and over and over again for me. And it was to the point where, there was several jobs that where I had that my highness got in the way of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had experiences where I've gotten fired from jobs because I was so high, but that was toward the end. That was like my last job at Kroger. I ended up losing that job because I was high, because I was going in and I had been high on 7 bars and I was slurring my words and I couldn't work, but all through my addiction, I was able to maintain jobs, right? I was able to maintain jobs as my addiction got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And as that would get worse, I would find different jobs that would fit me better at that time. You know what I'm talking about? And so it was crazy, but I had the willingness to go work, and I had that willingness to find money to get dope. So after I ended up losing my job at Kroger and I wasn't really working anywhere, it was me and my husband, that he was my boyfriend at the time. That's when I started to like really start to hustle and started doing like criminal shit. But do you see where I'm getting at? It's like I was so willing to do all those things to get dope. So I had, like, for me today, I'm willing to do what it takes to stay sober, you guys, because I want to stay sober, first of all. My life has changed so much since getting sober. I don't want to lose that, And it's like when you have all these things in your life that are changing and you're getting the good graces, the results of staying sober, it's like you don't want to throw all that away. You know what I mean? At least that's where I've gotten to a point where I don't want to throw away all the success that I've been able to have with staying sober. So I thought we could talk about that. How many of you guys have worked jobs and kicked ass and took names at your job, right? And hey, Danielle, what's up, girl? I just got a weird comment on my channel. Hold on, guys. Guilty. Yes. And so do you guys ever think about when you were using back then, like how willing you were to go to the extra lengths to get drugs? But it's like now that we're getting sober, and here's the link if anybody wants to come up here and share, okay? There's the link. Mo says he pulled it off for years. Mo, same. Yes, same for years, you guys. Like I was telling you guys, from 2000 to 2013, I was working and stayed employed. You know, that's how I was making money to get high.
Mom.
Yes, baby. You want some chocolate milk? Okay, come on. Where's your food at?
It's up on my
I don't want the dogs to get it.
table.
Okay, come get your chocolate milk.
Let's tell them what happened.
Nate busted his lip, you guys.
And it bleeds.
It bled. But he's okay now, huh?
Yeah, but it feels numb.
It feels numb?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be all right. You're all right.
And it has a giant bone.
That's why you gotta be careful, son. Here you go. There you go.
Why is this engine and
There's your chocolate milk.
Wait! Mom.
What,
Mom,
baby?
I have to do something for this.
No. We're not going to do that.
Chocolate milk.
I used to offer a line of Oxy to a guy who was waiting to get into the police academy. Oh my gosh! Yes, we would do this. Look at me, Merc. He's singing it right now. Chocolate milk.
This video is not sponsored by chocolate milk. It's sponsored by nothing.
Say it again. Say it again. They couldn't hear you.
What?
Say what you just said. Come over here.
Chocolate milk is not. Wait. Chocolate milk is not sponsored by this. Chocolate milk is sponsored by this. I forgot what I said.
Our video is not sponsored by chocolate milk. Anyway, I just think it's crazy when we think back to all those times that, you know, I was so willing to do all those things to get high. And it's like, we really have to change and start becoming willing to stay sober and willing to do the things that we have to do to be in recovery. You know, whether that mean like picking up the phone and calling somebody that's in recovery, or exactly like lightning. That's what we have to do. Like, and sometimes I feel like this helps me like to think about it. Like, I want to share this with you. It helps me to think about, you know what? I was so willing to do, you know, drugs and to get drugs that I have to be willing, just like I was there, okay? I have to be willing to do what it takes to stay sober, okay? And so I have no idea what that even means. So it takes a lot, you guys, to change your life and to be willing to make the changes and to do the right thing. You know what I mean? It's not something that's, you know, comes easily, especially to all of us that have abused drugs for so long. It's almost like, for me, it was like second nature to do the things that I was doing to get drugs. And so now when I got sober, it took a lot of work for me to relearn new behaviors. Okay. So one of the things that I struggled with a lot when I got sober was not stealing, not going to the store and stealing. Right. And so how did I change that? How did I go from like going into stores and stealing shit and being, you know, just being irresponsible and doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing, right? How did I go from that to not doing that? Well, it wasn't something that I just quit overnight. It took time. It was a process for me. It took it one day at a time. I had to learn how to not do those things. And yeah, it's after, okay, so after when I finally got into sobriety, and I started like doing the right thing and calling my sponsor. Here's the thing. For me, when I got sober, I didn't just go out and start going to meetings. I had to have a bunch of different things that I did. So I'll talk to you guys about that today. Okay, I'm trying to get back on track with our recovery support meetings because yesterday I was just in la la land because my neck and my back were hurting so bad. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the willingness to change, and we're going to talk about what I had to do to stay sober. So first of all, we know that there's 3 things that are indispensable in sobriety. Do you know what those are, you guys? There's three keys. That's what I call them, the keys to recovery. Okay? 3 keys. Okay? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Okay, so if you're thinking in your mind like, how do I remember these 3 things? Okay, you can just spell the word out. How? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Okay. That's right. Staten is my island. Good job. So the reason why you need these 3 things. Okay, so I'm going to go over each one. My neck, my back. The reason why we have to be honest, the number one reason for me that I've realized, and that I think a lot of you guys will agree with me, is that we have to be honest with ourselves. Okay, so when we're in our active addiction, we live in a constant state of denial. Okay, at least I know I did, because like I was telling y'all before, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm working, I'm getting these raises, I'm getting new positions, I've got my car still, I still, like all these different excuses that my mind would tell me of why it wasn't really that bad. Okay, so when you are trying to find recovery and get sober, it's so important to get honest. Okay, if you can't be honest with yourself, then you can't be honest with anybody. So the way that I started out with honesty was I just ripped the band-aid off. I didn't take any time. I just automatically started talking about what I was going through, how I was feeling, and how I was struggling. Okay, and the first person that I talked to and shared with about that was with my sponsor, you guys. Well, no, actually, it was with the ladies in the treatment center. So I went to this treatment center here in Little Rock called Oasis, and it was a really good treatment center. And we had therapy there, we had counselors, we had group meetings. It was good. But those were the people that I was able to like sit down and be honest with. But I didn't start out just being honest and all perfect. I started out, you guys, by going into these meetings and going into my therapy sessions. Woe is me. My life is so, so terrible. Gosh, I wish that I got my son taken away. I'm so sad. I'm such a great mother, but I got my son taken from me, right? This was me when I first got to treatment. I was in self-pity mode, okay? Hey, Sky. Hey, Julie. I was in self-pity mode. I was feeling bad for myself instead of taking responsibility. All right. So getting honest and taking responsibility was like, it was the slap in the face that I needed, because when I got to treatment, my counselor looked at me and she said, "You're not a good mom. Good moms don't shoot methamphetamine in front of their children. Good moms don't take their sons to the dope man's house. Good moms don't drive under the influence while their babies are in the back seat. Good moms don't get high while they're pregnant." And that was a big wake-up call for me, because I thought I was doing good. I thought, in my fucked up brain, I thought that what I was doing was the best I could do. Okay? But I was horrible. I was a horrible mom. I wasn't taking care of my son. I was being horrible. Okay? And so sitting down and being told that, it was like a slap in the face, okay? But it was what I needed, you guys. It was what I needed to wake up and pull my head out of my own ass, all right? Because I felt bad for myself. You know who I should have felt bad for? My son, who was in foster care because of my dumbass fucking shit, okay? That's what happens for me in my addiction whenever I'm out there. Whenever I sober up, I automatically turn into like this crying, fucking sobbing mess. And, how am I going to get through this? What am I going to do? And it's like, it's not about me anymore. I have a child that depends on me for his life. And so it was a really, really big wake up call for me. That was probably the hardest thing in the world for me to realize that I had been a horrible mom, and that I was not taking good care of my son. And so that helped me to become honest, because then I really had to start looking at my behaviors and realizing that all the lies I had been telling myself, lies, that I was a good mom, that I loved my son, that I was a good sister, that I wasn't really that bad off, that me and my husband were going to be together forever. Like, these are all things that I would say when I was in my addiction, that how could I nurture a relationship? Me and my husband were high out of our minds, right? Thankfully, we both got sober, and now we're able to have a healthy relationship. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I was lying to myself for years. And I honestly don't even think I was meaning to do it. It was because I was so damn sick in my addiction that I believed the lies. I believed them. Do y'all know what I mean? The lies that I told myself I believed. So honesty for me, it literally, I was forced to get honest, because I wasn't even ready to get honest, you guys. I wasn't ready to get honest. My son being taken from me was what made me get honest, because if I didn't get honest, I wasn't going to get my son back. Okay, so that's the first step. Open-minded. Okay, when I think of open-mindedness, I think of being willing to try whatever you need to try to get sober. Okay, I think of not judging, or I think of this. I think of being open-minded to try the 12 steps, being open-minded to try Celebrate Recovery, being open-minded to try therapy, being open-minded to listen to someone else's suggestions, somebody that's been there before you, okay? And a lot of us, when we're first getting sober, or we're not sober, we aren't willing to take suggestions. We're not willing to listen to what anyone else says. We just want to do what we want to do, and we think we know what's best for us. And so being open-minded is so important, because that's how we're going to get to where we need to go, by listening to people who have been there before us. Okay? I didn't get to where I'm at today listening to somebody who wasn't sober. Okay? I didn't say, hey, you're still in active addiction. You're shooting dope, right? What do you do every day to live your life? You shoot dope. Oh, okay. Right? I have to learn from somebody who stays sober. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Today, I ask people who have been there before me. Okay? And I watch them, and they show me, and they lead the way. All right? It's like, y'all know the deal. When you're going out and you want to learn how to play basketball, you're not going to ask a soccer player how to teach you how to play basketball, are you? You're going to ask a basketball player. When you want to get sober, you're not going to ask a crackhead how to get sober. You're going to ask somebody who's sober from crack how to get sober, a recovering crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I first, even before I first started trying, when I was trying before that, I would only take so much suggestions, and then I would be like, okay, I got enough from you. I'm out of here. I'm going to go do what I want to do now. That's enough of that information. That's enough of those good suggestions. I'm going to leave now, and I'll go do my own thing. And every single time I decided to go leave and do my own thing, guess what? I relapsed. I would be like, now that I look back on it, you guys, and I see how simple it is to get sober and stay sober if you take suggestions and you listen to what somebody else tells you to do. Okay? If I would have just listened and took guidance, then I probably would have gotten sober like 10 years ago. Okay? But I wanted to do it my way. I was so full of myself. I was such an ego. My head was too big for my body, and I thought that I could do it my way. And so, if you find a way to get sober and you're doing it your way and you're successful, I'm really, really proud for you, but that's just not my experience. I have tried many times to do things on my own way, and I have not been successful. And if somebody does find a way to get sober on their own without taking suggestions from anyone else, I would love to meet that person. But I believe that everyone that gets sober looks to somebody else, that they're guided by them, even if it's somebody that they watch on TV, like a public speaker or something that you know they hear and they listen from. I believe that everybody has somebody that's guiding them a little bit. Okay, open-minded, now willingness. And that's how this whole video got started. Was I wanted to talk about the willingness. I wanted to talk about, how when we're in our addiction, we're willing to do what we have to do to get that drug. But when it comes to saving our own asses and saving our lives, a lot of us aren't willing to do what it takes to get sober. Because it's uncomfortable. You spend many years in active addiction and you're comfortable, right? You're comfortable in your active addiction. You're comfortable doing the things that you've always done and the results that you've always gotten. But now in sobriety, this is something new. This is something that you're not comfortable in. This is something that you don't know. This is something that's new. Okay. And so changing and learning a new way is uncomfortable. It's difficult. It's scary. Right? But that's what it takes to change, is willingness. And so, if we could all put if we could put as much effort as we do into our recovery as we do into our addiction and getting drugs, we are all going to be, and we'll all stay sober. I gotta have a cookie. So, willingness. Sorry. Mr. Lowdown. Mr. Lowdown. I live in Arkansas, honey. Thank you, Merc. I love all of you guys, okay? I love all of you guys. Y'all are my people. All right? So, when I think back to, I really believe that each person, you guys, oh, thanks, Mac. I really appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. I'll have to go over there and see it. I saw all y'all over there on his channel. I really appreciate that. OCG, you just watched my video I uploaded. Okay, good. I just uploaded that video while we were sitting here talking. You need to change? What's going on? Oh, yeah, none allow. When do you go to treatment, man? I need to. I get heart palpitations a lot of times. You got to look at the bigger picture. Exactly. And you are going to make it, Hitman. You guys are all going to make it. You just got to put in the effort, okay? So listen to me. You guys can get sober, all right? You can change your life, okay? What if the people is just you and the places is your house? I used by myself and isolated. Okay, so that's a really good question. Sky says, do you know how they say people, places, and things? What if the people is you and the place is your house? Okay, so let me share something with you guys. The people is us. The problem isn't drugs, okay? I mean, we don't need to do drugs, but the problem is inside of us, right? The problem is in us. It's drugs are just a symptom of our disease, okay? So listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Sky, pills are your solution. Okay? The way you're feeling, the emotions that you're feeling, the depression that you're feeling, right? You use pills to cope with that feeling instead of utilizing new coping skills like therapy, processing through it, like talking to somebody about it. Okay. I truly believe that getting sober off opiates, it can be very difficult because of that post-acute withdrawal, because of the depression, because of the anxiety, because of all those feelings that come rushing back when you get off opiates. You also have to understand something, that right now your brain is trying to get back to normal. And I also want to say something, and I don't know how many of you guys will agree with me on this, but some of our brains don't go back to normal. Okay? And I'm not saying this to scare anybody. I'm just speaking how I feel. Some of us have done so much damage, like Suboxone will change your life. Okay? Getting on a low dose of a maintenance medication like that and just staying on it for the rest of your life. I've heard people, their lives have been changed forever because they don't have the depression anymore. They're not, fiending out and worried about it. Some people just can't get past that post-acute withdrawal where they're not able to, or they're able to get to a place where they feel better, Hey, Kenneth, what's up, babe? Yes, yes. Here's the thing, you guys. Like, I hate saying that because I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm just making excuses for myself because I'm on Suboxone, because I'm not. Okay, I've worked my ass off to heal my brain. Okay, I work every single day doing therapy. I work so hard sharing the way I feel, being transparent, talking about things, all the things that I've learned on how to heal from my addiction. I practice those things daily, okay? And I'm still on 2 milligrams of Suboxone. I cannot even imagine how I'm going to feel when I get off Suboxone. Am I going to be able to do it? Am I going to feel okay up here? How's my mind going to be? The depression, the anxiety, the overwhelming feelings. I feel like some people might need medication and it helps them to live their lives, and that is like, it's just like maintenance for if you have diabetes or depression. Like, what, Nate? What, Nate? What did you knock over? You better not have, Nate. Okay, sorry guys, I heard, if your people is you and your place is home, you have to make the hard step and reach out. That's right, you got it. Good job, Simo. Good job. I know, girl, you're right. I would still have to work my recovery along with it. Exactly, Sky. Okay, so here's the thing. If you were to get on a maintenance medication, just like Sky just said, and you're still having those feelings, because I'm not saying that Suboxone is going to cure your depression or whatever. I think that it helps a lot of people, and a lot of people need something like that for the rest of their life, right? Hitman, because I just put your face there, fool. Nate, you can do it on your own. You can do it. Okay. Sorry, guys. But That's the thing though. It's like a constant practice, okay? Sky, I would even suggest something like this, like I was talking to you guys about the other day. All right? If you're somebody who doesn't want to get on camera and make videos, get yourself a recorder and make a daily journal, a journal where you can talk today, Saturday, you know, April 11th. I am feeling like shit. My emotions are all over the place. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Start journaling on paper then. But these are things that you have to practice every single day. Okay. Um, you can get through it, Dr. Dreamer. And that's the thing. You have to stop telling yourself that you're not going to get through this. Okay, that is the thing, you guys. These things are very important. The way that you talk to yourself and in your mind is going to come out in the way you are. Okay, so if you're constantly telling yourself, I'm no good, I'm not going to make it, I'm going to fail, I'm not going to get through this, then guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get through this. Okay? You are going to keep struggling. So I'm telling you, please listen to me, you guys, and listen. I'm getting a little hype because I'm serious about what I'm saying. So nobody think I'm mad because I heard I saw a comment the other day, and I think somebody thinks that when I get up when I start getting like and when I cry it's because I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm very passionate about what I'm saying, and I know that I know it to be true. I know it because I did it. Okay. I used to think that people were psycho motherfuckers when they would tell me that I had to manifest this happiness and positivity in my life, right? I would be pissed off, y'all. That shit used to piss me off so much. Okay? But then I actually started doing it. Here on my channel, I started waking up. We started doing morning meditations. We started doing daily affirmations. I started daily talking about how I was feeling, daily sharing about what I was going through, daily wiping away the shame and just talking about it. You guys, many things I was ashamed of from doing in my addiction, okay? I was I sold my body, okay? I traded my body for drugs, okay? I used drugs while I was pregnant with my son. That's one of the things that I'm the most shamed about. All right? But when I was sitting with that shame and I wasn't saying anything about it, it was like, yeah, acid eating through my soul. Because what would happen is I would sit here at my house by myself and I would think back and forth in my mind, okay, about how I was getting high and how I hurt my son and how I hurt other people and how I ruined my life. And I would sit there with those thoughts by myself. And the thoughts would get even bigger and worse because I would sit there and I would go over and over and over again in my mind. Okay. And so one day I thought, I'm just going to talk about it just like I do when I go to a meeting. I'm just going to I'm just going to make a channel and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell people about how I did that shit. I mean, what's the worst they can say to me, right? I mean, I did these horrible things to myself, right? And I did myself dirty. So there's nobody that can talk bad to me more than I've already talked to myself, right? Oh gosh, hold on. Did somebody ask? Where's your question at? Bernadette. I'm sorry, girl. I just saw you come in and say you had a question. Hold on. Hey, Cindy. What's up, girl? I think I saw this. That comment is the one I was telling everybody I just saw pop up on my comments from. Hold on. Okay, is it this long comment you left me, girl? Hold on. I have to. They are very. Okay, okay. Sorry, I just saw your this was the comment that I was talking about that it was held for review, so I just got it. So, okay. I just saw your question, okay? So, okay. What do I think you should do? You're a paying patient and you live in New Jersey and your doctor just quit. That's fucked up, first of all. That's fucked up. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? I've heard that happen to several people here. So here's what I think you should do. I think that you should find another doctor to treat you. I know that with all the things that are going right now with the coronavirus, okay, I know that you can do treatment through telemedicine. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that if you can find a doctor in your area that will see you face to face one time, then what they will do is they will transition you on to video chats, okay, where they just treat you through the video. Now, I had a woman reach out to me last week or the week before, same situation. Her doctors were trying to cut her off of her pain medication and induct her onto Suboxone. She's not an addict. She's never been an addict. She utilizes her pain medication is for her pain. She is like a pain patient. She's not a drug addict at all. No addiction history. And her doctor was trying to push her onto Suboxone. Okay, so here is the thing. Okay, if you get on Suboxone for pain, I mean, it can help you for pain, but it's not anything like a regular opiate. Okay, um, I would suggest finding a doctor that you can see in your state, that you can take your records from the treatment from the doctor's office that you were at, right? And go to this place and they can see on your records that you've been with this clinic for this long and what that you haven't had any problems, right? Because a lot of the times these doctors, if they're quitting giving you opiates, it's either because they've gotten in trouble. Okay, maybe they've overprescribed and they're not able to prescribe opiates anymore. So then they get nervous and they start trying to push all their patients onto maintenance. Okay, so I wouldn't go and get on Suboxone. I would go and I would find um, a new doctor, and I think you can find a new doctor that will work with you, especially if you haven't had any issues at your other doctor. Okay, hold on. I'm trying, but it's remote. I don't even know where my medical records were sent. Okay, so that is the first thing you need to do. First, you have to get your medical records, okay? Then after you get your medical records, you get your medical records, find out where they're at, okay? Get on the phone, get on Google and start looking at pain management places in your area that you can go to that are close within close to you. Okay. And then call and find a place that will take you in. Now, here's the thing. Um, you could text me. Hold on, let me get my. You can text me on the Real Talk Recovery phone number, actually, and I'll help you out. Here we go. Because I might be able to help you with something. So text me on that number, okay? Bernadette, text me on that number here. 501-991-5149. Yeah, okay. And I'll help you out. But yeah. So why would they quit like that? Why would they just do that? That makes me so mad to hear that they did that, because that can put so many people in danger, you know? Now listen to me. There are, like the doctor I work for, he's in California and he does telemedicine, but I don't. Okay, just text me, Bernadette, okay? And if we can help you, we'll help you, okay? If not, I'll try to help you find somebody in your area, okay? But I don't think you need to. Don't get on Suboxone. Wait until wait a second, okay? Just chill out, relax. It's gonna be all right. Are you not worthy? How are you gonna do me like that? How are you gonna do me like that, Hitman? None allowed. No sourcing Suboxone. You're okay, girl. It's okay. You text me, okay? I'll help you out. I'll get you. We'll find somebody to work with you, okay? We'll find you a doctor. You'll be fine. Pinup Pumpkin says, I found a really good pharmacy that cuts the price in half for everything here in Florida, but it's so busy, but still worth it. Did you guys know about the app called GoodRx? So if you are somebody that's on medication and you're not utilizing this GoodRx app, you've got to utilize it, you guys. It's such a good app. It'll literally, if you're on Suboxone, like my prescription when I used to have to pay cash, okay? This is another way I want to talk to you guys about willingness, okay? Another thing about willingness. So when I got put on Suboxone, I had insurance, okay? So my insurance was paying for my prescription, so I didn't have to pay anything for the prescription. I just had to pay for my doctor's visit, right? Well, I actually ended up getting kicked off my insurance because I got married. And so I went a whole year where I had to pay cash for my visits and cash for my Suboxone. Now, when I was on a higher amount of Suboxone, my prescription would be like $200, $300. And so that GoodRx app took my prescription down to $65. Good shit right there. Okay, love you, Sky. Yeah, it changes. And so here's the thing. If you're on like generic Suboxone strips or generic Suboxone tablets, it's cheaper on GoodRx. Mm-hmm. Really? Mm. But anytime any of you have a question, like what Bernadette had going on, just reach out to me. It's always better to get like a second opinion, right? So especially like for my people that are on pain medication, that are pain patients, okay? And you've never had an addiction, okay? If you are somebody who is on an opiate and you're dependent on it because you've been on it for so long, but you've never had an addiction, like you're not a junkie, you're not a drug addict, right? There's a difference, you guys. There is a huge difference between addiction and dependency, okay? When a person is dependent, that means that their body is physically dependent on the medication, like with opiates and benzos, right? The thing that changes a person from being dependent to addicted is the behaviors. Are you hearing me? Are you understanding? What are you doing to get the medication that you're dependent on? Are you stealing, lying, cheating? Are you selling yourself? Are you running out of your medication early? These are all different things that will, they're the difference between somebody who is addicted and somebody who is dependent, okay? And so right now, I am dependent upon Suboxone, okay? I'm no longer practicing my addictive behaviors, okay? There is a huge difference between addiction and dependence, all right? With the disease of addiction, because you have the obsession, okay? So you're not taking your medication because you're obsessing over it. because you're obsessing over the way it makes you feel, and you're obsessing over the change that it gives you, right? You're taking that medication because your body needs it. Just like I take my Suboxone because my body needs it. But I'm no longer obsessing over the medication. Now, because I'm an addict, I did go through a stage at the beginning of my medication when I was first prescribed Suboxone where I did have that thought that I needed to take it. I needed to take it. I needed to take it. But with therapy and, practicing, going and meeting with me, doing my meetings and having a sponsor and doing therapy, that helped me to get out of that phase where I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not practicing that. What?
This.
Ow, Nate. You're on my... Go ahead.
Today, this is sponsored by chocolate cookie milk. Chocolate cookie milk.
You want cookie?
Chocolate milk.
He's being a little actor. Yes, I have to take it every day. Well, I'm sure I could miss a day. I'm sure I could. I just haven't tried. I'm dependent on Klonopin right now, but using that definition, I'm also dependent on insulin. Exactly, Rob. Exactly. Do I prefer the tablets or the strips? The strips. Because they're just easier to melt into my mouth.
Hey, Gangan.
What?
Shield.
I love you guys.
Look at my clear shield.
Okay, stop. So, does anybody else have any more questions? Is anybody struggling with anything that you want to talk about? Yes, Simo, same. I didn't miss a whole day, though. It was like half of a day, and then I realized by like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon that I needed to take it. And here's the thing, you guys. Simo says, Suboxone tastes like lemon pledge, though I always have to take a mint or two with it. Mint on top of my tongues and subs under. How do you do that? I can't do that. What? I'm only on 2. Now that I'm down to 2 milligrams, you guys, I can take 1 milligram in the morning and 1 milligram in the afternoon. And I can't even believe it because I was taking 12 milligrams a day. That's why, like, I'm telling you guys, like, buprenorphine is strong because I went from 12 to 2 milligrams, and it took me a long time to get down to 2, but even at 2, I still feel like regular. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It really is like, it's a miracle medication for me because I'm not fiending out. I'm not thinking about opiates all the time. And one of the main things that has helped me so much, you guys, is this channel.
There is no...
Hush, Beba. And being able to come on here and talk to you guys, like, this is therapy for me. Coming on here and sharing with you guys how I'm feeling and what I'm going through, and sharing with you guys what I have learned in recovery. It has saved my life. Okay. Sharing what I learned, it's like I'm repeating it, right? And that repetition helps me. Okay. It reminds me, like, I don't want to go back to that life. I don't want to lose everything I've worked so hard for. I don't want to turn back time. Do you see that little dude back there? You see that little guy right there? That is my life. That's my hero.
I'm not your wife.
My life. That is my love right there. No, that is my baby.
It's your chocolate milk you drink out of my brain.
Oh, Lord.
This is sponsored by...
This is sponsored by Nate's Chocolate Milk.
Chocolate milk. Do you remember when you were showing them and you told me who's my sponsor? You're my Pete.
Yes, I remember. Yesterday we had a whole live stream where me and Nate were just laughing. Y'all were here. We had a good time, didn't we, baby? Oh, Hitman. Go get your boxing thing that you have so you can show Hitman. He's a boxer.
No, I'm not.
We're going to show you what we got, Hitman.
I'm not a boxer. I do nothing.
He's strong.
It's not really a boxing.
But go over there and so they can see you. Right there. Show him how you punch. Oh, there he goes over the couch. Anyway.
No, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay, go. Okay, go ahead. They're watching.
I'm trying to hit in the middle. When I'm done.
Look at all these toys all over the floor.
When I'm done, you do. No!
Go ahead.
Okay. When I punch like this, for some reason, it's my strongest punch.
Go. Oh, there you go. Strong man.
Ah!
Okay. Oh, Nate, no, Nate. Yes, ma'am. I love helping people. It's my passion. So I don't mind doing it at all. No problem. Anytime you need anything, Bernadette, just text me on that number. I got you, girl. You're not alone, okay? I'll help you any way I can. And if any of you guys are going through a similar experience where you are on a medication and your doctors have quit, give me a call. Text me or call me, and I will help you find a physician that can get you that you can get back on track with. Okay? If anything, I have people that I'm connected with that might know somebody that can work with you. So don't give up. You're not alone. I'll help you any way I can. Hey, Misty, what are you doing, girl? Hey, Melissa. He is. He is a left-handed. You noticed, Nate. He's crazy though, because me and my husband are both right-handed. Okay, so now that we're at the end of the meeting, we're going to stay on a little bit longer. Do any of you guys have anything that you want to talk about? Do any of you guys have any questions for me? Like we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about now. For me, lefties are the best. And here's the link if you want to come up here and say hi to anybody. You can do that too, but it's okay if you don't feel comfortable. I understand. Yeah! Maybe. In fact, let me go ahead and find. Let's talk about, we'll do balance, 54. Has the quarantine been extended to May 20th? I don't know, is it? Lord, I hope not.
Hey, Gingans.
Y'all, let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about that. I am tired.
Are they a fan of chocolate milk?
Yes, they love chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is chocolate milk. Nate says chiclet.
Because
if I didn't look like a toe, I'd love to get on stream. I know, Melissa, same.
Chocolate milk.
So, okay, let's talk about all this quarantine stuff.
Chocolate milk.
Listen to me. Nathaniel, do not throw that. Pick up all your toys, please. I'm begging you. Do what I say or you're going to get a spanking, boy.
That's
okay.
Easy.
How are you guys doing mentally? How's everybody's mental health doing? Like I'm really getting depressed. I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. Like it's starting to get to me a little, you know, and so I know you guys noticed yesterday I was just having a hard time. You know, I got bad news about my grandmother. My grandmother's got cancer all over her body, so she's dying. And my dad is really upset, so that makes me upset. Okay, then my neck is killing me. All right, so on top of all that, then we have to be locked in the house. Now it's just getting to a point where I'm tired of it. I'm getting pissed now. You know, it's almost like the stages of grief. Okay, you go through it where you're like not believing it, then you're like go through a period where you're sad, then you go through a period where you're getting pissed. Okay, I'm pissed. I'm pissed at the fucking coronavirus. Okay, like seriously, I'm mad. I'm mad that we can't leave the house. I'm mad that I have to be inside all day. I'm mad that my son has to not have school because of this. And not because I want to get rid of my son or anything like that, but because this is his kindergarten year. He's missing on all this stuff, and we're having to do it online. And so he's not getting the same, experience as he would if he was at school. You know what I mean? It's just, I hate it. I hate it. You know? And so I'm trying to think of ways, you guys. All I do is smoke, Nicole. Right now, I'm happy with me. Yeah, you're right. I got all you guys, and y'all are awesome. Listen, I love you guys. I'll never take any of you for granted. Okay, y'all mean so much to me, and I hope y'all understand that. Like, I don't think you do understand. I don't think you understand how grateful I am for each and every one of you guys. I really, really am serious. Like, you guys have changed my life. But I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry and frustrated with this whole coronavirus thing. It's pissing me off. So then what do? This is what happens when I get pissed off and I'm thinking about how mad I am about the coronavirus. I'm thinking about acceptance, okay? Nicole, it's exactly how the machine wants us to feel. As long as we support one another. Yeah, and then here's the thing. This is what I keep telling myself. Acceptance is the key to all my problems today. Okay? Hey, Daniel, as long as I can be accepting, right, of things that I can't control. Okay? So this is a good opportunity for us to talk about things that we can't control and accepting that, because I can't change what's going on right now. So, but I have to tell you, like, I have been getting angry. I have been. It's been really, really irritating me. It's been pissing me off. I'm not one of these people who enjoys not being able to do the things that I enjoy doing, like leaving the house. So acceptance. Let's talk about that. So anyways, how do you accept it though? I guess we just have to get through it together. If I didn't have you guys, I would be going crazy. It's the worrying of the unknown. How long will everything stay closed? Will my job open up? Will they be able to afford opening back up? I know, yes. And listen to me. For those of you guys that are out of a job, like, my heart goes out to you. Like, I do not take for granted the fact that I have my job, that I work from home. Like, I wouldn't have that job, you guys, if it wasn't for all of you. Okay, so I'm really, really grateful, and I will never forget that. Like, I'm working really hard on trying to stay busy and do everything I can to keep my, income coming for my family. I mess up, that every time I think of you, Nicole. Oh, I love you, Hitman. You better think of me. You better think of me telling you, you better not be doing that. But you're honest, and that's what listen. I support that. As long as you're honest and you come and let everybody know and you get back on track, you know what? It is what it is. We'll be here to help you, okay? That fear of the unknown, though, I think, who said that? Pinup, yes, pinup. That is a huge thing for me. Like, not knowing how things will turn out. And so that fear, I could take it one or two ways. I could let that fear eat my lunch, right? And I could, sit here and be afraid and just be miserable. Or I can say, you know what? I'm going to use that fear to fuel me to do more. And that's what we've been doing here on the channel. We've been doing more. We've been staying with each other and helping each other, right? I'm more pissed at the willingness of the public that blindly follows every order given while our freedoms and liberties are pulled out from beneath us. What happened? I don't understand. What do you mean, Daniel? You think we should all not be staying home? You think we should go out? Oh, wow. Look at that. $20. Oh, baby, what you want? What you want? I'll give it to you. Thanks, Mark. Love you. Appreciate that, man. $20. That's really nice. Appreciate that a lot. Yes, don't fuel the fear. Don't fuel the fear. And here's the thing, though, you guys. Like, I have been trying to look at things and look at. So here's what I did the other day. We can do it together right now, okay? So the other day I Googled how many people have died, okay, from the flu in 1 year. Okay? Okay? And so did you know in 1 year 40,000 people die from the flu? Okay? I think we've already passed that in just the couple of months that the coronavirus has been around. And so this is a serious situation. It's a serious, okay? People are dying, you know? Um, so let's look it up. It says right here, worldwide, okay, there has been, we'll just do the United States. Confirmed cases, 532,940 confirmed cases. 31,000 people have recovered. That's great. And 20,000 people, 20,591 people have died. Okay? That is in the span from what? January to March? Okay? And so if that many people, if 20,591 people have died in 3 months, and it took a year for 34,000 people to die from the regular flu, then you see what I'm saying? Like, this is a serious illness, you know? We have to be careful, and we all need to make sure that we are protecting ourselves so that way we don't put other people in harm's way. Okay, welcome to everybody that's just coming on the channel. Thank you for being here. We've been talking about willingness tonight for all of you guys that are just popping on. I'm really glad to see all y'all here. So we talked about willingness. If you guys, well, we've been on for an hour, so I hope that you guys understand. We're just kind of talking about everything now. I think your freedom is worth more than your fellow's life. You need to give your head a shake. Your freedom isn't in jeopardy. Lives are in jeopardy. Right. And that's the thing. I think that I feel like I understand that a lot of people think that this is like some conspiracy, right? But I think it's closer to a month and a half that all the deaths have occurred. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. And so think about it, you guys. Like, I think that it's more about us, about people that we could be hurting others. I'm not losing my freedom. I'm still free to do whatever I want to do. I'm choosing to stay home because I don't want to put other people's lives in jeopardy. Okay, my husband is at work every single day at a grocery store where hundreds and thousands of people frequent that grocery store every single day. Okay, and then my husband comes home, and so if he was infected with the coronavirus and I'm running around, going everywhere, going to the Walmart, going to the zoo, doing whatever, right? And I have the coronavirus, I'm atypical and I'm not exhibiting signs of the coronavirus. And then I'm infecting other people that could get sick and die. Okay, so it's not about that. It's about us being thoughtful enough to make sure that we're not going to hurt other people, you know? And so, believe me, I want to go out. I want to do things. I want my son to be able to go back to school, but I would rather him be home with me than being made to go to school while people are running around not listening because nobody is taking this seriously. People are dying. A lot of people, not just a few, more than more people have died from the coronavirus in a month and a half than that died of the flu in a year. Okay, that's what's going on. 20,000 people, 21,000 almost in a month and a half. They say healthy people are dying. And listen, I don't think we should. I'm not worried about they say healthy people are dying, like happened here in Florida. A DJ died from corona and he had a heart problem. Media said he was perfectly healthy. I agree. Plus, I only watch, I don't watch the news, but I know enough to know that we have to be careful because we could be hurting others. Don't be so selfish that you think that this is not something serious. Okay. My husband is at work all day long so people can have food to eat. Okay. And he's telling me about it. He's telling me about the moms who are going into the grocery store with their husbands and 6 kids. Okay. If you have children and you have a husband that can stay at home with your kids, let them stay home and one person go and do the grocery shopping, right? Be careful, you guys. Protect yourselves. Don't be ignorant. Okay? It's not about you. You might be fine. It's about somebody else that we could harm. Okay? How do I muster up the will to quit drinking? Hey, Illuminati. So here's the thing, Illuminati. This is what I believe we should do. If you need to stop drinking, okay? I think that you obviously want to stop, right? Because if you didn't want to stop, you wouldn't be here, okay? And so the first step to stopping is accepting that you have a problem, all right? What is the first step? Does anybody know what the first step is? Okay. This first step is we admitted that we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Okay. We admitted that we were powerless. So, well, you're powerless right now because the drink is controlling you. Okay. So, as long as you are drinking, you're not going to have the power to stop. So, we got to put the alcohol down. Now, if you're somebody who's an everyday drinker who is going to like go through withdrawal, you need to go to detox. Number one suggestion, I do not suggest staying at home and trying to detox from alcohol by yourself. You need medical attention, okay? Because you could have a seizure, anything could happen, okay? Do not try to do that on your own. Reach out for help. You can text me. I'll help you find somebody or somewhere to go. We'll work together on that. So once you get that out of the way, once you get off the alcohol and you detox, right? That's the thing. Get it out of your system. Then once you get it out of your system, right? You can start working towards staying sober, okay? And how you stay sober is by reaching out for help, okay? Utilizing other people in the fellowship that are sober, all right? Find somebody, Illuminati, that you look up to that's sober, okay? And ask that person, will you sponsor me? Will you be my accountability partner? And then you call that person every single day and you build a relationship with that person, okay? You talk with that person daily about how you're feeling. You guys process through your problems and you work together, okay? That's what you have to do. You need to not try and do it by yourself. You need to not isolate, okay? You have to reach out for help, because all the years that we spent trying to get sober on our own, we were not successful at that because we don't know what's good for us. And so here's the thing. When we're operating on our own will, when our judgment is skewed by drugs and alcohol, right? You can text me on that number right there, Dwight, if you want to, that number right there on the screen, or you can email me, whatever one you would rather me do, okay? Damn, my neck's killing me. Sorry, guys, my neck's hurting. Y'all know the deal. I got a neck ache. Okay, back to sobriety, because I don't like talking about political stuff or conspiracy theory stuff. All I know about the coronavirus, you guys, is that there's people out there that are dying, and I don't want to be a part of harming or hurting someone else. So I'm doing my part and I'm social distancing because I don't want to cause harm to someone else, because it's not about me. It's about, what if I was to get my mother or father sick who are 60 years old? It's about, what about my grandmother who's dying of cancer right now, and somebody come in her house that has it because they're running around with their head up their ass? That's what it's about. So I'll stay my ass at the house so that way I don't have to be responsible for someone else getting sick. Back to sobriety though. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I know about. For a long time when I was in my active addiction, you guys, especially with alcohol is one of those things that I would make excuses for, right? I would say it's not that bad, or I only drink this much, or for me, it doesn't matter if it's alcohol, it doesn't matter if it's marijuana, it doesn't matter if it's cocaine, it doesn't matter if it's methamphetamine. Like, I cannot do those, right? Because when I take those things into my body reacts differently to them, and then all hell breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? And so thing that's helped me the most in utilizing and staying sober is other people. And I can't even believe I'm saying that, because I'm one of the people, you guys, that like, I did not want to ask anybody for help. I did not want anyone suggestions on how to live. I wanted to do shit my way, you know? And so that for me is the thing that's changed my life, is really, really reaching out, you guys, and not letting there be any worry of like what people are going to think or what they're going to say or who's going to talk about you, right? Like, just totally throwing that all to the side and saying, I surrender. That's what it is. Surrender. I surrender. I cannot live my life like this anymore, and I need help. I need guidance. Someone please take me and help me, right? That is what helped me, is finally just throwing it all to the wind and saying, I can't do this shit, you know? And that's hard to do, especially when you're somebody that has been doing drugs and alcohol for a really long time, right? And you get so comfortable in that horrible feeling, right? You get so comfortable in just doing that stupid shit for so long. It's like when you go to get sober, it's really difficult to have someone else help you. At least it was for me. It was hard for me to like open up to another woman and like have her actually like giving me suggestions, and I was taking them. Like, somebody can tell you what to do all day long, but if you don't take the suggestions, then I mean, you're just going to spin your wheels, right? And that was something I did for many years, is I just spun my wheels. Okay. I would not go anywhere. I mean, I was just not taking suggestions. I wouldn't listen to what other people said. So, Illuminati, if you're still in here and you're struggling with drinking alcohol, I just want you to know that you can text me or reach out to me anytime. I'll do anything I can to help you, man. And you're not alone. But the main thing you need to do, okay, is you need to reach out for help. Okay? Don't be a dummy. Don't try to do it on your own. Reach out for help, okay? Don't listen to your mind, because your addicted mind, your alcoholic mind, is going to tell you that you can do this on your own, okay? That's what the addiction does. The addiction wants us to believe that we don't need anything else. We got it all under control, right? And so don't let that happen, okay? And all you guys, just stay safe. That's what I want everybody to do. If you could just do that for me, stay safe. If you're struggling with alcohol or drug addiction, right now is the perfect time to reach out for help and get sober. You know why? Because you got all the time in the world. Okay? You're sitting at the house. If you want to get sober and you want me to help you and you want to have like a recovery support, just reach out. I'll help you. I will do anything I can to help you. I'm going to tell you the truth, though. I'm not going to give you no BS. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think you need to do, and it's up to you whether you do it, okay? So anybody can reach out to me. It doesn't cost money to text my phone. You just text it, okay? Now, what you decide to do with that information is up to you. But like I said, I'll help you any way I can. And if you're, in my area or close to me, I have people that you could like link up with that could help you, that you could talk to on the phone and do video chats with. Just hit me up. I got resources. So anyway, I hope you guys know that I love y'all very much. I am going to get off here and bother my son because he's looking at me like a crazy person.
Chocolate milk.
You want to say hi to everybody? Here you guys. Here you guys, guys.
I have to do my chocolate milk dance. Chocolate milk. Chocolate milk. Chick, 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 chocolate milk. Chick, chick.
Say, hey, Nate, say, donate to my chocolate milk fund.
Donate to my,
anytime, y'all. And listen,
donate to Mom's.
we all just need to work together, like we were saying before.
To my chocolate milk fund.
And the way we work together here on Real Talk Recovery is we help each other stay sober, okay? That's what this is all about.
Another one instead of chocolate milk.
What?
I have to tell them. Donate to my Bliplet Fungic.
Blip?
Bliplet Jit.
Okay, shush. I love you, but you're shushing. Okay, stop, Nate. I'm trying to type something in. Very. Hey, Karen, what's up, girl? He is cute, isn't he? There's my Patreon if you want to join. If any of you guys want to join, and blah, 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 blah.
Mom.
What?
When's Dad home?
He'll be home in an hour. Exactly, an hour. So that's how we help each other. Let's not any of this coronavirus stuff get in between us. Daniel, Daniel, I love you, okay? Just don't be, Daniel, you be careful. Nate wants me to say the coronavirus meme. Go ahead.
Oh, you say it.
Coronavirus.
I need a cover to make it. I need a cover to make
You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about making a video of Nate doing that, just like a Cardi B.
Cover to make me sound like it.
Okay. He's getting hype. He wants to show y'all. Y'all don't understand. He is like, go ahead.
Coronavirus.
But really, it is scary, huh, Nate?
Coronavirus.
We got to be good and stay safe, right?
Coronavirus.
I have a TikTok, you guys, but I'm not very good at it. Like I don't know. I feel like I look stupid.
No, you don't.
You don't think I do? Well,
show them my TikToks and yours.
I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore. I took it off.
So you deleted all of my TikToks?
No, I still have them all. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Tomorrow is Sunday. For any of you guys that are wanting to join Patreon, tomorrow we're doing a live stream for patrons only at 11 a.m. So just join. If you want to join, it's $2 a month for the lowest tier. And like I said, it's just us. It's like a lot of us from the chat. Everybody that you see that has a wrench is in my Patreon. So if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to, but if you want to.
Coronavirus.
Now listen, if that's not something that you're interested in doing, I am getting our whole Facebook page revamped. I am going in there. I'm trying to get people active in there, you guys. So if you want a free option, we have the Real Talk Recovery Facebook page. Okay. Oh, Margie, it's just Real Talk Recovery, just real_talk_recovery. You'll see my picture, just like it is here on my channel. So we have that. And then if you're not on Facebook, we have the Discord. So I have 3 different options for recovery support: Patreon, Facebook, and Discord. So if you want to come and hang out, or you know, anything like that, there's always options out there. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Nate, what? What?
I was telling them.
Tell them then, Nate. Tell them.
I busted my lip and it was bleeding.
Nate wants to show you his lip, you guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. You were yelling and screaming. Why don't you tell everybody Happy Easter? Tomorrow's Easter.
Happy
Say Happy Easter.
Happy WWE.
We love you guys. Happy Easter from me and Nate. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Happy coronavirus.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our live stream.
Coronavirus.
Lord Jesus.